Hi guys, welcome back to another week of Pantry Challenge. So I made a raspberry buckle. Amazing. Tasted so good. It's like a cake pie. And we always have work lunches, which is oat milk, cereal, and bananas. I got through all those packs of the chicken noodle soup, which is pretty good. Oh yeah, I started eating the spaghetti before I realized I had to take a picture of it. I forgot. The saddest thing, my overcooked steak. The first time I cooked the steak, I made it into a sandwich and a wrap. It was pretty good. It was okay. It was good in the wrap and stuff, but I overcooked it. We went to a restaurant. I brought home the potato skin we didn't finish. I eat the end pieces of the toast because nobody else likes them. Ready? It's the last of my carrots that I have downstairs. I got 2 macaroni and cheese cups, and I found a Butcher Box grass-fed, grass-finished New York strip. So I'm going to coat this New York strip in Montreal steak spices. Okay, so I encrusted him on both sides with Montreal steak spices. And the package doesn't say grass-fed, grass-finished, it just says AAA. Hi guys. So I cooked up some sausages and I cut it up into little pieces. Got my cast iron hot. I took a wrap with vegan cheese. I scrambled some egg and some sausages, and I'm going to wrap them up and toast them in here, and that's going to be supper or breakfast or lunch or whenever we want to have them. There is 2 little burrito wrap things. They're pretty big. They're pretty thick, so it should be filling. And here's the one that didn't wrap so well, but you know, whatever. Hi guys, good morning. It's pretty early. I got my tea. No one's awake yet, and we are going to make a new recipe. I'm going to have a sip of tea. It's a new recipe to me. It's called Josh's Baked Oatmeal, and this is a recipe I got from Becky over at Acre Homestead. I followed her since the beginning, before she had like no subscribers, and I think now she's I don't know if she's like past 900,000 subscribers or something. So I've never made this oatmeal before, but we're running out of stuff here, so I'm gonna see what I can make, and I'm gonna change the recipe with what I have. So I put 3 cups of oats. They want 3/4 of brown sugar that I already pre-measured. And nice to say, my brown sugar in the mason jar is still soft, whereas the brown sugar I showed you before in the new bag I bought is absolutely rock hard. Now I'm gonna scrape it out because I had honey in here. So like I said, we're gonna make some substitutions because I don't have all the stuff needed to make it exactly how she made it. But that's what's good about recipes and baking, is you can change stuff. We need 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Now, I'm pretty liberal with cinnamon, because I like it. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Excuse me, I woke up not so long ago. And I've never had a baked oatmeal before. Never, ever, 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 ever. So I don't know what it's going to taste like. We need 1 teaspoon of salt. But, I mean, I doubt it could be bad because, you know, I figure if you like everything inside a recipe, then you're going to like the recipe usually. So 1 teaspoon of salt. Scrape that out. Stuck inside. Okay, what's next? 1 cup of milk. Now I'm using oat milk because I'm back to buying oat milk because I've been having stomach issues and bathroom issues with regular milk lately. So I'm going back to oat. I used to drink oat and almond milk all the time, but I went back. So I need half a cup of melted butter. So that's in my microwave. So I'm just going to melt it. Melted butter is ready. Pour that in. Now the next thing it calls for is a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I currently do not have maple syrup, which is quite funny because if you know, I live in Quebec, Canada, which is like what, the #1 world's producer of maple syrup. So I have my honey. It's locally done honey. It was done literally up the street from my house, and it's quite old and used and kind of like crusty and crystallized. So I have it in, I'm gonna put it in the microwave. It's out of the microwave. Oh, a little thick still, but I'm gonna use it anyways. It's fine. Honey never goes bad, by the way, guys. You can use honey for years. So good. So you can make this recipe vegan. If some vegans I know use honey, some don't. 2 eggs. Now, these are my last 2 eggs. I have no more eggs in the house after this. After that, they want 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This is my homemade vanilla I did with vodka from 2023. That's how long the beans have been in there. And we'll just, you know, a little more never hurt anybody. Don't worry about it. And it calls for a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries. I don't have any, but I have raisins, and a 1/4 cup is definitely not enough. So I'm just gonna throw like, that's gotta be at least half a cup. And I'll look at it and see how it goes. So we're gonna mix it together. At the same time, it says it fits a 8 by 8 baking dish, like a casserole dish. So I greased 2 of my little ones. And you want to bake this at 350. It says for about 40 minutes or until it's bubbling. Okay, so there's the consistency. It's pretty good, actually. It's not bad at all. I'm gonna put it into my casserole dishes. I don't know how it's gonna fit, so we're gonna see. Let's try filling up 1 to start. Let's put maybe half. Okay, definitely more. Okay, I think it's going to take the whole thing. Let's see if I put the whole thing, what happens. Now I'm going to scrape out everything because we don't waste food. I'm going to put it in my little air fryer oven machine I have and see how it goes. Okay guys, baked oatmeal is out of the oven. It smells amazing. I cooked it for 40 minutes and it's got a pretty good, you know, before it was really bouncy here, but now it seems fine. So that looks amazing. I found a recipe on how to turn tomato paste, which is what I have, into pizza sauce. So we're gonna try it. So basically it's tomato paste, whatever seasoning you want. I happen to have pizza seasoning, olive oil, and some water. So let's get all this open and see how it goes. I have an idea to make a sausage, pepper, cheese pizza. As we continue doing this pantry challenge, I'm left with a ton of sausages. I don't mind because I like sausages as long as you make them crispy. I don't like the texture of like a soft sausage or even hot dog, I prefer to crisp them up. I have half a cup of water. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of olive oil. Now, I've never made this recipe before. This is the first time. And this is pizza spices from Epicure that I just spilled all over my counter. So I'm going to put a ton of pizza spices in it. And get the ones I spilled on the counter back. Because it's not wasting. Let's give it a mix. Now it says to add salt and pepper. You can add garlic powder, onion powder, but I'm using the pizza seasoning already, so it should all be in there. And I'm just gonna try it. Okay, it is like extremely acidic tasting. Okay, so I'm gonna add some ketchup. I actually have 3 of these little packages, which I know is kind of funny, but I literally only have 3 in my entire house. I used to have a whole bunch. So we're gonna add some ketchup because I find it too acidic, too tomatoey, if that makes any sense. Well, I mean, it's tomato paste here we're dealing with, so I know a lot of people put sugar. I'm trying to avoid putting sugar right now. So I'm gonna mix it together again. I mean, the consistency is good though. Like, it's not too watery. It's got a good consistency to it. Let's give that a taste. Okay, just with that it's better. I'm gonna add some more ketchup from the bottle I have here. Let's try it again. Okay, that tastes much better. That tastes actually pretty good. I'm going to throw some more of these mixed pizza spices in. And then I'm going to call it done. This kind of reminds me of a marinara sauce you would get for like cheese sticks or something. Yeah, that is way better. Wow. So does this mean I never have to buy like pizza sauce, jar sauce anymore? I could just buy a can of tomato paste? Not bad, not bad at all. So there you have it, guys. The pantry challenge is still going. And I've been making notes. So we made it 53 days of eating from our fridges. One fridge. Freezers. I have 2. I have one of the big 7-foot ones, and pantries. And I had multiple pantries and food everywhere, all over the kitchen. So 53 days without having to buy, in general, we'll say groceries, with the exception of the non-negotiables and the staples that we talked about in the beginning of this challenge. So we were always buying milk, butter, creamer, bread, Coke, iced tea, chicken burgers, the buns for the chicken burgers, because my son eats that, or the boyfriend eats something else. That was stuff we always bought. Oh, and bananas. So that was like non-negotiables for all 3 of us. But in general, 53 days, I'm quite proud because it just goes to show, like, if something happens, or when, you know, when they say when push comes to shove, you can do it. So it is possible. I am going to continue the pantry challenge, but it's going to change a little bit. So I'm going to start, right now I'm left with, I want to say ingredients. I'm not left with like done food or stuff I can throw together. So I still have a lot of leeks. Like I have those big gallon bag of leeks and green peppers, orange peppers, yellow peppers. I have bags of celery. There is still a gallon bag of those chicken sausages. My boyfriend eats the rotello round pasta things. He eats Kraft dinner cups, stuff he eats. So we're still going to do that. So what I need to do now is, because I ran out of pasta, and the only pasta I'm left with is a little bit of spaghetti. But spaghetti noodles I don't make into pasta salad. It's not the right kind of pasta. So I need to buy pasta in order to make a pasta salad. So I'm going to go buy some pasta, and then by buying the pasta I can get rid of the peppers, leeks, celery, the salad dressing I have open. I've had like 3 bottles of salad dressing open forever. I also have a brand new bottle still not used, so that's going to use it up. I also have that big chunk of frozen bacon I showed you in my freezer that I can't take apart because of the way it was frozen, so I kind of like cut it off with a knife and make bacon bits. So by buying one thing, I'm going to end up using more stuff in my freezers. The freezer upstairs now is like half empty, and you can really see the ice build up and the problem with it. Because if you remember, part of this challenge was I want to do a defrost on that freezer, and stuff has been in that freezer too long. So we did lose stuff, like I'm reporting on some of these videos. I took out a bag and I thought it was like cherries, and it's not. It was beets. And so that was a surprise, because also I never labeled anything. We lost some cauliflower, we lost some carrots, we lost some celery. It was just so badly what is it called? Not freeze dried. Freezer burn. So badly freezer burned that it was dead. And that's because some of the stuff was in my freezer for like 2 years and 3 years. Totally forgotten about. I completely forgot about it, because if you remember, my freezer is upstairs with my mother-in-law in her house, not down here in our place. I only have the little freezer that you see attached to the fridge. So when I make room in my little freezer, we go upstairs and I grab like 2 bags worth of stuff and I put it in the little freezer down here. So that's what we're doing. We're going to continue to do the pantry challenge, but now we're going to have to start buying a few things in order to use up the other things. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep seeing how long this is going to last. I'm kind of excited. The only meat I have left is the chicken sausages my boyfriend likes that I don't eat, and 1 little tiny pack of breakfast sausages. I am getting tired of sausages. Like, the 1 little pack I have, I don't even feel like eating it, to be honest. Maybe I'll cook it anyways and like force myself to eat it, or maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to my mother. There might be some spices and some food leaving the house going to my mother, because I have, like I said, do you remember I had like 5 jars of honey, and I already gave her a jar. So if she needs another jar, I'm just going to give her another jar. I have to figure out what to do with all those spices. Some of those spices are like 5 years old. They're still fine. You just have to use more. Maybe my mother or my sisters need some spices. I'm going to see. So I'm going to continue, and I want to know if you guys are doing it. And I'm always looking for recipe ideas to try and, have something new. And I will see you next time on the next Pantry Challenge update, because we're going to keep going.